Well, hello, and welcome back to the backlog. We rolled okay. Did we roll a 1, 2, we missed a 3, 4, 5, 6. We almost rolled a perfect straight. We didn't get supplies. Oh, no. We did not get supplies from that. I wanted supplies from that, and we did not get it. We've got half of our time here on Hexport used up. We've got some good ones and some bad ones. And then we're going to go on a mission. And we also need to do this. We got to finish this up. So let's see. This is risky. That's a 50-50. Don't like that. Let's do that. Let's do that. Oh no, we just lost an energy. Fine. Fine, we'll take a good outcome, please. Thank you. Thank you. Then we'll come back for that later. We need some money. So give me a 100% awesome of lots of money. Thank you. And, we'll risk it for a little bit, Biscuit. Okay, all right. 10 cryo. That's fine. That's fine, because now we can get... I need 30 cryo to fill up supplies. What else do we have here? Nope. Okay, nothing there. Fine. Fine. I've got one left. This just gets rid of stress, but we don't really have any stress. It would have been great had we gotten that, because then we'd be set. We'd have everything we need. Oh. Oh, wait. Everybody shut up. We got a point available. What can I spend points on? This costs 4? Yeah, it costs 4. Each of these costs 4. Oh, that's expensive. Whereas each of these costs 2. +1 stress on focus die, or -1 stress on focus die, positive outcome, or +1 to the affected die. I think this is going to be more profitable. -1 stress on focus die, positive outcome, or +1. So we could possibly get it up to a +4 to the lowest die. Because I think the only time we're going to do this is when we roll like a 1 or a 2. Stress effect on neutral and positive outcome. Okay, so the stress effect that happens no matter what. Oh, that's good. Push cost glitch, not stress. Oh, what's glitch? I don't even know what glitch is. Oh my. Oh, wow. Okay. We've got 1. 1's not going to do anything for us. And honestly, we probably want... We probably want to get rid of this negative to endure. Yeah, probably what we want. Anyway, we have to complete more of these in order to get those. We got to escape Hexport and complete the board contract. So I think we should probably head out on the board contract, to be honest. We got 1 more die, though. What are the chances we can get a little bit more? If we could get 5... I'm gonna risk it. Here we go. Risking it. 5. Boom. All right, actually. I am now starving. Yum, yum. Okay, but we can put this over here. Get the last one we needed. So now we're 5 by 5. And now we can go out on the map. Go to this place. Confirm that vector. She's not available, but she is. And not good at hacking. But good at whatever this is. Is that the one that we were all bad at? I think so. Let's go. It's a drone. Seraphin spots the signal source first. Light barely shimmering off its dark hull plating. A design trait that betrays its covert use. A flash catches your attention, and you see a rent in the hull through which red lights pulse. Wounded, Seraphin shakes his head. Wish they'd finished the job. You seen one before? Seraphin looks over at his shoulder towards you. We've seen one before. Don't you? He sighs. Sorry, I know it isn't your fault. He looks at the drone. Lane had us work on one in a dark side bay, though it was barely a shell, disarmed and deactivated. He had us searching through its guts for salvage. Even that one gave me the creeps, and it had its core ripped out. He pushes the ship closer. This one's still alive. Conway. Nia kisses her teeth. Corporate scum. You glance over at her and see the fire in her bright eyes. They don't even dare come here and force us out themselves. It's all proxies and drones. She shakes her head. Typical core-bred cowards. Run into them before? She glances at you. You might say that. She looks out at the drone. You won't see me taking my eyes off of that thing for a second. Seraphin carefully glides the ship closer. You watch the drone. System is full of these things now, running missions for their operators. Rare to see one out in the belt, though. Maybe got hit during a run-in with Senate stat mercs. Looks like it's drifting. Most of the system's blown out. Look, there. He jabs a finger towards a red light on the far side of the drone. It's still broadcasting. And maybe even receiving. How do we shut it off? Seraphin brings you ever closer. What I remember from the dark side job is that the central core and the broadcast array need to be shut off to kill these things. Core will turn off local systems, and the broadcast array will sever the link with Conway operators. Seraphin swallows. But you can bet those systems are protected. Can't we blow it up? This is too dangerous. Let Seraphin explain. Your attention is suddenly drawn by a shudder from the drone, like a tremor running along its spine. This thing is rigged to blow, Sleeper. He frowns. We go slow and careful, and we don't touch anything we don't know about. He turns back to Naya. You hear that? I got you. She looks sincere. Seraphin brings the rig to a stop, close enough for you to cross through open space to reach the drone's hull. Let's suit up. You head down to the airlock to prepare. As you get suited up, you think of the corporate war taking place in the inner system, the war that this drone is driven from. Out here, on the shore of the conflict, the biggest danger is that this flotsam and jetsam drifting in with the tides and orbits of the system might one cycle bring the war with it. For now, the belt is outside of its reach, but looking out at the red pulsing drone, that doesn't give you much comfort. Okay, so it's not Starward belt as in close to the star in the middle of the solar system. It's Starward belt as in closer to all of the other stars in the whatever universe this is set in. So, yeah, okay, a little bit different. Hull damage, drone interior, drone access interior. Okay, so she's good at this one. He's good at this one. I'm good at this one. And nobody's crossing over anything. Oh no. Oh, it's got 4 stress. Shut up. It can only take 4 stress before she decides to blow. Lovely. Okay. So... and she rolled a 1, and I rolled a 1. Boo. All right, so obviously we're gonna go here, drop this off. That gives a 2, good. Three. Oh, nice. might be able to get most of the way through here then with this roll. Oh, if we get super lucky. If we get super lucky. No. Okay, I took a stress. That's good. That's fine. Buddy, can you crack this bad boy wide open? Yes. Yes, we can. All right, we got 3 crummy dice left. What do we find? Hear the beeping immediately. Among the chambers and cabling of the drone's interior, something has started counting down. Guys, Mia's voice comes hissing through the suit's comm channel. Does anyone else hear that? Because I'm getting nervous. Oh, crud. Seraphine's voice joins her. That's what I was worried about. Are we screwed? We need to leave? I can't be sure. Seraphine has dropped his voice to a whisper, as if that might make a difference. Either this thing's about to send out a distress call or it's about to blow. We've got to shut the system down fast. He pauses. Then we move on to the other side, because I bet you there's a surprise waiting for us there too. We good? Nia sounds tense. I'm heading back to the ship or what? Seraphine cuts him. We're good. We'll keep going. He shuts off the channel. We take a moment in the silence. All right. Time to deal with this fast and then get over to the other side before something happens. New location discovered. Yes, it is. Okay. Drone death. Disable the core. Shut down the broadcast array. Once both are done, this Conway drone won't bother anyone anymore. Countermeasure. A flashing red light. You better not wait to find out what. Okay. Oh, what are the chances she can do it proper? 50-50. Yay. Okay. So I can't use his dice on here. That would be terrible. But we could use his dice here, possibly. Okay. Good. I hate leaving a die sitting around, but I don't see a place to put this. I mean, if I put it here, I don't like that. I can't use it here. Well, at least I'm not losing anything here other than getting stress. But if I get stress, I risk damaging my dice. So I'm gonna leave it. I'm just gonna leave it. We're wasting a die. I hate that, but that's what it is. Supplied, no energy loss. Oh yeah, we rolled terribly. Fortunately, they rolled well. Sheesh. Okay. This is definitely going to succeed something. Oh, it just finished. Good. Core disabled. From ever restarting, causing Hexport and local crews more trouble. Good. So now we just got to do this side then. Which means we got to get through here. Boo. So we just got to dump all of our dice in here. Which is unfortunate because I've got these. Oh, we are so close. Oh, I could push one of my dice. Actually, take a stress. To use up the dice. I can make this one a 4. Okay, I'm just gonna risk a couple of dice here, possibly take some extra stress. Drone stress. Oh no. We are so close to finishing. Fine, I'm risking it. I'm risking it. I hate this. We succeeded. All right, now we can push to get this a 4. To possibly finish this with good chance. Okay, so I took lots of stress, but we did get access to it. And now we just need 3 access here, and I'm the best one to do the hacking. Pooh. Even if they get really good rolls, they're not going to be super helpful. Well, we're wasting another die then, because I'm not risking. Maybe I could risk it, just a little. We're not getting any. Just risk it once. Flip the dice. Flip the dice. Nope, that was bad. Oh no, that was super bad. Oh no. No 1s or 2s, please. No 1s or 2s. I had the bad roll already. Oh no. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. Yes! Oh, good. We got it in 2. Nice. The thrumming, pulsing interior of the drone goes still for the first time since you boarded it. You look across at Seraphim and Nia and share a smile. You all exhale so loudly, it can be heard over the suit's shared comm channel. The drone's dead. One less piece of Conway garbage to worry about. Nia grins. We killed it. Don't get too excited. Seraphim cuts in. It was looking pretty rough when we got here. You make your way back out to the hull. The drone now faintly rolling in one direction. Its stabilizers offline. Nia catches up with you as you glide towards the rig. We make a pretty good crew, Sleeper. What would your brother think? Yeah, we do. Nia grins widely. She punches you in the arm playfully. You reach the rig's airlock and take one last look at the drone's dark hull. It catches the light as it rolls in the vacuum. Can we not tow it back with us? At some point in the near future, this drone will likely be smashed to pieces by one of the many asteroids of the belt, spread across this place as twinkling dust. The thought pleases you, as does the thought of all that cryo Hexport now owes you. Time to go collect. Yep, we don't have anywhere else to go. Anywhere else to spend all of these extra dice? Fine. After docking at Hexport, Seraphim lets go of the controls and leans back in his chair. Neo leans over to you. Thank you, Sleeper. She stretches. I know you took a chance on me. Thanks for helping. Glad to have you. Nia smiles, an infectious smile. Feels good to make a contract work. Seraphim smiles, no matter how we pull it off. It's hard not to agree, and it feels better when the Hexport courier comes with a lockbox full of chits. Lane may still be hunting you, but this should help the effort to slip his net. Suddenly you hear a familiar voice. Nia! Femi glides into view, approaching from the docks. He fixes you with a stare. What are you playing at, Sleeper? Nia wanted to come. You go to speak, but Nia drifts forward, cutting you off. Don't come throwing your weight around, Femi. I can make my own decisions. She glances back at you. Sleeper took me at my word, and I'm grateful. Femi is fuming. Did they know? He turns to you. Well, if you are working for Sleeper, I hope they paid you well. Nia looks away. Well, I asked, so... Femi smiles. Oh, so they aren't paying you. Seraphim crosses his arms. Let's keep this civil. You realize this is the first time he's meeting Femi. If we are being civil, seems like Nia is owed her share. Femi fixes you with a severe look. Pay Nia a share. I mean, I was thinking about that. I was like, wait a minute. She's part of the crew. You grab around a quarter of the chits from the lockbox and hold them out to Nia. She takes them sheepishly. All right, then. Femi smiles. We're good here. He turns to leave. Nia mouths a sorry and follows Femi across the docks. Seraphim watches him go. You sure know how to pick him, Sleeper. He shakes his head. He turns away and heads back along the docking bridge. I just hope we aren't going to end up a stack of cryo short when we need to get out of here. Yes, me too. Me too. You've just completed a drive and earned an upgrade point. Actually, this is my second one. You have push upgrades available. Go to the character screen. Cool. Yes, we can get a push upgrade. +1 to affected die. I think that's what we want. Or do we want to save up and get this endure negative out of here? So we only have the one that we get a negative on. Or we could even get a double plus in this one. Ooh. I think the game is fluid enough that this isn't going to struggle. You know, I don't even know. Let's do this. This is the new one. We're confirming we're doing that. Yep. I'm just going to jump into it. And now when we push, we get a plus, was it 3? +3? Yes. All right. And we've got a bunch of cryo now. And we've got a bunch of good dice. So let's come here and finish this. I think we can finish it with this 3. We'll save the 5s for later. Unless something terrible happens. All right, we've got Karsten cracked. The sound of fist on keyboard wakes you from the scrolling code on the terminal screen. You turn to see Junie, a rare half smile on her face as she floats cross-legged with her deck in her lap. The blue light of the snap-on screen makes her eyes glint with a glittering excitement. Got him. She shoots you a look. Karsten's whole system is mine. You push away from your terminal to glide over to your screen. Running the mapping protocol now. I want to know about every little dusty corner of his network. Is there much to map? She squints at the screen. Weirdly, there is. It's coming up now. Seems Kirsten's pretty paranoid. This whole system is iced over with some serious security. She frowns. What are all these layers of... A red pulse flashes across her face, changing her features as it does. Oh no! Her fingers dance across the keyboard. Something's closing the port. We need... Another red flash and her screen goes blank. Junie's fist hits the keyboard again, harder. We've been kicked out. She's rapidly shaking her head. There's no way a salvager shop should have that kind of countermeasure. She looks troubled. Have you peeked in the wrong corner? She looks over at you. It seems so. I think our friend Kirsten is involved with some nasty stuff. She rubs her forehead in thought. Wait. Her fingers fly across the keyboard, her screen flickering with commands. A complex node graph assembles on the screen, a mess of interlocking connections. The mapping protocol did enough. She points at the screen. All the security systems are there. She indicates a dark section of broken connections. We didn't get what's here. But it seems like we found some kind of archive. Nothing we want. I wonder what's there. Junie shrugs. Some big data trawls, it looks like. Copies of old derives we found. Could just be a load of data left over from the salvage jobs that he thinks is worth something. She smiles. He's a meathead with no eye for data, so it's probably a load of debug logs he thinks are Solnheim secrets. She giggles at the idea. Junie pulls a thumbnail drive out of one of her many pockets and slots it into her deck. Time to train my cat. Identify the program. Yes. Note for outcome. Check passed. You watch the code spilling across the screen and notice the addresses from the node map being marked and logged. It appears to be some kind of exploratory program. A ripper worm, perhaps? But why would Junie want the data from Karsten's network? You glance at Junie and notice she's watching you carefully. I can see you following along, but trust me, you haven't seen one of these before. It's a cassette jammer. CAT for short. Basically, it takes a network Mac, finds the weaknesses, and when you hook it up, blasts the network with so much network noise and raw data that it becomes unusable. She smiles to herself. Any tech connected gets a killer headache. I built it to take the remnants of Solnheim security systems out of commission in old derelicts. She squints. I had one too many close calls. What will it do to Kirsten's shop? Pretty much fry everything on our map. Cameras, shutter controls, alarms. It'll be pure chaos. She plucks the thumbnail drive out of her deck and hands it over, the cat head sticker on it, catching the light as you turn it in your fingers. We've still lost access, of course. Junie turns back to her screen, bringing up another node map. But there's an old Solnheim port from the original facility just outside Karsten's. Slot the cat in there and it should be able to find a back door. How can you be sure? I spotted it on the map. She brings it up in another window. Karsten's hooked up to the old fixed network. It's a classic weakness. This isn't going to be quiet, she squints. His whole system's going to get data blasted. It's not a subtle attack. When you slot the cat, you get in, grab the feed lines, and run. Sounds like one big risk. Seraphine's voice catches you both by surprise as he slips into the dark and emptying unit. Well, Junie pauses, looking between the two of you. It's our best option. Seraphine narrows his eyes. And where will you be while we run the gauntlet of scrambled security and make the grab? Junie looks away. I can monitor how it goes down remotely, from here, or the ship. Seraphine gives you a look. You can tell he's finding it hard to trust Junie after everything. I mean, she only lied to us the once, and then she came clean when we asked. But she still owes us, so might as well trust her. She wants to get off. She'll be implicated in it as well, so we might as well. She smiles a thin smile. Thanks. She starts to pack up her deck. But I'll find somewhere else to work from. Close to the ship, but out of your way. Junie shoulders her bag and glides to the door. When you're ready, slot the cat and go. By the time you're back at the ship, I'll be there. She glances down. Don't leave without me? She shoots Seraphine another look and then slips out of the unit. Seraphine watches her go, then turns to you. The whole of Hexport is going to hear about this. He shakes his head. We better be ready to go the moment you slot that thing. I'll be ready. I'll be in the ship, preparing the engine. We need to be ready to fit the lines as fast as we possibly can. He meets your eye. Be careful. Don't stop for anyone or anything. He puts a hand on your shoulder, and don't even think about looking back. With that, he slips out of the unit, leaving you alone to consider what comes next. Okay, so we're almost done with this place. So, first things first, let's go over here. Let's grab all the fuel we need. Let's grab all of the supplies we can use. So we're ready to go. Okay, so then we're ready to put in the cat jammer. Before we go, we might as well get a little bit more money. And then I wonder how we fix these dice. Is it a glitch? Rig? I don't know. I don't know. Okay. All right, let's slot it and get. Start it. Security's been hacked. Karsten's place is locked up for the cycle. Shutter down, alarms on. The denizens of the factory row snaking past with deliveries and work orders. You hold your position opposite the shop and take a deep breath, waiting for a sign that this is going to work. You look at the thumbnail drive, with its shimmering cat sticker sticking out of the old Solnheim access port. You imagine the flow of data as the Katzenjammer seeks for an entry point into Karsten's system. You think of Junie, like the way near the ship, watching you through the public networks. You think of Seraphine, deep in the engine room of the rig. Hurrying up, you think. Enough waiting. Then you hear it. A pulsating white noise spluttering and the screaming out of Karsten's shop. The shutter scissors up and down. The lights pulse. The alarm gurgles in confusion. For a moment, you're stunned into stillness. People stop in the street, then turn to look as the shutter's motors burn out in a cascade of sparks and acrid smoke. Now or never. We are not good at rushing inside. Let's approach carefully. Neutral. Okay, that's fine. You skirt around the people watching, using them as a perimeter. They're pointing and talking, some of them laughing, while others look concerned. You confidently push past them and glide inside without looking back. It takes you a moment to gather yourself in the chaos of the shop. The wall-mounted screens scream out white noise, and the flickering lights make it hard to concentrate, but you keep your focus. You scramble over to the feed lines in the window, grabbing the bundle with both arms. They wave wildly in your grasp as you wrench them away and kick off from the counter, gliding back out into the passage. Your arcing glide takes you into the crowd. You steer yourself through a gap in the gathering bodies and kick off hard towards the port. The feed lines wave wildly, but you grip them hard to your chest and don't look back. Seraphin better be ready. Your arms ache from clutching the feed lines, but you don't loosen your grip until you see the entrance to the docking bridge. Sleeper! You almost ignore the call until you realize you recognize the voice. Junie glides out to meet you, her hand on your shoulder, guiding you towards the bridge. I'm with you now. She shoots you a glance. What a show, huh? She laughs nervously. You could have warned me. It was certainly loud. She smiles a little. Wish I could have seen the cat in action. You both glide down the docking bridge, Junie helping you with the trailing feed lines. From what you can tell, news of the chaos in Factory Row has not yet reached the port. You feel a flush of excitement as you enter the ship's airlock. This is it. You did it. You try to keep focused, but the elation makes your hands tremble. You take a sharp turn in the central passage of the ship and make your way to the engine room. The feed lines now unwieldy in the cramped space. Seraphin is waiting for you, shaking his head. Looks like we're in business. He lets out a sigh. And on the run from two different people now. He grabs the feed lines. I'll take it from here. He quickly begins the process of connecting the engine to the subsidiary fuel tank. You watch, catching your breath as he works. How about you make yourself useful rather than just making me nervous? Seraphin says without looking up from his work. Go close the airlock and disconnect the bridge. You and Junie glance at each other. Both of you, now! Seraphin calls out. The two of you turn and make your way up to the passage, your nerves settling now. You arrive at the airlock and reach out for the control panel. Then you see him. Karsten, coming up the docking bridge fast. Well, we gotta tell him to get off the bridge. We don't want him to die in the thing. You call out, and Karsten just laughs in response. Not a chance. He slams into you with some force, sending you spinning into the metal wall behind. You jerk in pain as you hit it and lose your sense of direction. Karsten's heavy hands grab your neck and wrench you towards his face. Sneaky little garbage. You think you don't know who it was when I saw that it was taken? His breath is hot in your face. I thought you sleepers were supposed to be smart. Before you can respond, he jerks back in pain, a thread of blood spiraling from his forehead. Junie swings again, the pipe catching him in the chest and sending him spinning towards the door. You watch, stunned, as she inputs the closure sequence with trembling hands, and the doors hiss closed, obscuring Karsten's floating body from view. She's breathing hard and doesn't look up. The pipe drifts from her hands, spinning gently in the air. Thank you. Junie looks back at you and opens her mouth as if to speak, her eyes wild. Seraphin rushes past, gliding up the passageway from the engine room. Come on, get yourself strapped in. You and Junie silently follow him, your head spinning, your thoughts racing. You slip into your seat as Seraphin punches in the departure sequence. The rig begins to pull away from Hexport, Seraphin's hands in the controls. You close your eyes and feel the force of the thrusters firing. Off we go. We just got the achievement Hexport Export. What? Seraphin's quiet questioning interrupts your thoughts as the rig cuts across the belt. Hexport is now behind you, drifting out of visual range, its glinting lights now just part of the background glow of the belt's thousands of reflective bodies. Whatever trouble you stirred up there, it has surely been left behind. Which is why Seraphin's muttering is worrying you. What's up? There's a transmission coming out of Hexport. Some kind of evac order? He turns back to his console. Let me check this. Sleeper, The voice, as distorted as it is, cuts through you. Lane, I know you're there. A hissing pause. Is that coming from Hexport? Seraphin glances at you confused. Is that coming from Hexport? Give me a second here, Sleeper. I'm getting a wide channel broadcast. He rubs his shoulder nervously. They're warning people to alter their course away from the station. You are slipping away. A squawk of noise. But we can't have that. I take this personally, Sleeper. A sharp intake of breath. After all my investment, all my care expended upon you, this is how you repay me. At least we're heading away, Seraphin interrupts. Maybe it's just a precaution. I see a little something glinting out there, Lane continues. Could that be you? Sleeper, you hear Seraphin calling, but you don't move. You don't breathe. All you hear is Lane's voice. You unclip from your restraint, drifting forward towards Seraphin. He gives you a wild look. Something isn't right. You don't feel right. A numbness grows in your body, your fingers flexing without your input. You reach out towards Seraphin. No, not you. Something reaches out to Seraphin through you. A tension flickers in his eyes. Fear? A hissing silence, then a numbing blast. All at once, the rig screams, system seizing in electromagnetic paralysis. All at once, the rig shifts, carried on some shockwave of light, pain, then darkness. Voices echo warmly through your mind. You can't quite make out what's being said, and any attempt to focus causes a growing flare of pain. So you let them fill the air, unidentifiable and soft. You're floating, and so you cannot yet feel your body or its weight. The feeling is pleasant, soothing, and yet the moment you realize this, it begins to fade. Something spasms in your fingers, and you flick it away. A sensation crosses the sole of your foot, and you kick your leg. A weight settles itself on your chest. You're awake. You open your eyes to light playing across a surface patterned with stained cushioning. You're alone. The voice is replaced by the hum of air cycling, the distant clank of maintenance systems. You're alone, and this is not your ship. You jerk upwards against the straps that hold you loosely to the berth, suddenly confronted with the last things you remember. An overwhelming numbness. And below it, an insipid animating force creeping through your mind. You pull at the straps and free yourself, floating up into the small habitation room, cushioned and worn, your mind racing. What happened? You search back and remember only Seraphin's shouts, the sudden acceleration of the rig, and then darkness. A chill runs through you. Cold light fills the room, and you float over to the dark square of the window. You see stars, the bright pinpricks of drive trails, and skeletal docking bridges. This is a station. A sudden hiss draws your attention to the door, which slides open in a puff of equalizing pressure. The entering figure jumps as they see you're awake. You're up. They hesitate in the doorway. Who are you? They laugh nervously. Right. We didn't meet. They glance back out of the doorway as if looking for help. I'm Bliss. They shrug. Not sure of what you had. Your crew are out. Sorry. They brought you here. Here? Right. They nod slowly. This is my room. They glance around. Not much. I know. We're in my repair bay in the far spindle, if you know where that is. In the belt? Yeah, they smile sympathetically. In the belt. They look around at the room again. Come on, let's go somewhere a little more comfortable. They hold out a hand. You're safe. Don't worry. You follow them out of the corridor, gliding behind them. They move with the ease of someone who is either born in zero-G or spent most of their life in it. They guide you to an enclosed balcony where heavily scratched, thick acrylic windows look out into a chaotic-looking wet dock. At the center of the dock is the rig, scratched and worn, but still your ship. It's a reassuring sight. So, what happened? Your ship? Bliss pauses. You were lucky. I heard your distress signal. You sense they're holding something back. I guess that expensive long-range array I was tricked into buying finally paid off. They laughed to themselves. Well, at least for someone. You were out cold when I got there, and have been for all the cycle since. Your friend wasn't in great shape either, but he bounced back pretty fast. I make a habit of doing that. Seraphin's voice. It makes you spin around. Good to see you up. He can't suppress his smile. Are you okay? He smiles. Don't start fussing over me, sleeper. I'm good. Your eyes fall to Seraphin's bandaged abdomen. He notices and pulls his jacket over the wound. Certainly looks better than when you came in. You should have seen. Bliss abruptly stops after Seraphin glances in their direction. Here. Seraphin pulls a few chits out of his pocket. Catch. He slings them over to Bliss. That's all I could get for now. Working? In your condition? Seraphin sighs. Please, I'm fine. Bliss looks at you apologetically. I know that it looks like, but I'm sorry, I can't work for free. Keeping this place going is bad enough. I get it. Seraphin nods. We're just thankful you towed us in. We aren't freeloaders. Bliss looks up between the two of you. I'll let you two catch up. They turn to you. I'm glad you're awake. We were worried. They pat you on the shoulder and glide back down the corridor. With Bliss gone, silence descends on you and Seraphin. Both of you unsure what to say. Where's Junie? She's probably on the ship, working on that deck of hers. Seraphin looks out the ship. She's been useful. Not sure we would have got that distress signal out without her. What do you remember? Oh, what do you remember? He looks at you with concern. Lane. Seraphin grimaces at the mention of his name. Lane. He shakes his head. Seraphin looks out at the rig. He takes a breath, steeling himself for what he has to say. Hexport is... He clears his throat. It's gone. He flinches. What do you mean gone? It's gone. Seraphin catches your eye. Dropped off the map. No signals, apart from one sent from fleeing ships. He frowns. I don't know what happened. No one does. Your mind skips, unable to focus on the information you've just been told. You think of the constant activity of the bends, the rumble of Factory Row, Karsten, gone. By the time Bliss reached us, we drifted out of range. They couldn't have seen it go up, but I saw, sleeper. Something exploded, white, hot. He rubs his arms, suppressing a shiver. A moment later, the shockwave was on us. The rig was crippled. Engine kept firing, but guidance went offline, sending us arcing out across the belt. He drops a hand inside his jacket, pressing against the bandage on his side. I managed to get it under control, but not before we started spinning. My restraints came loose, and you weren't even strapped in, so we both got scrambled. He smiles, a weak smile. Felt like being trapped in an auto wash. He turns back to you. I'm impressed you made it, to be honest. A flesh and blood human would have been smashed to pieces. He goes silent, the image a little too raw for him to continue. I can't believe it. You and all the belt, Seraphin sighs. All anyone is seeing is debris and radiation. I picked up a lot of ship transponders before the rig went offline. Maybe some people got out. He stops, unable to add anything more. You both float in silence for a moment. What now? Seraphin laughs weakly. One step at a time. You in a rush? We already owe Bliss for the work they did on the rig, and it isn't finished yet. A few more cycles, we've been told. Bliss won't hold us hostage, but I don't like to skip out without paying, even if we could get the rig started up. He rubs his necklace between his fingers. Bad karma. Beyond that, we need work, fuel, supplies. We need to make sure you're okay. He counts off the issues on his fingers. After that, he shrugs. I haven't heard of anyone coming after us, and if they did, they'd have to come through Hexport, or what's left of it. He looks away. The far spindle is way out of Lane's territory anyway. They call this bit of the belt the Wash, and the stations here are run differently to Darkside. So for now, we have some freedom. Seraphin sighs. Freedom to go broke, starve, and get into even more trouble, that is. In all honesty, I was hoping you might have some ideas. He pats you on the shoulder. Let's look for a contract. I want to explore this place. We should keep moving. I want to explore this place. The far spindle? There's plenty to see. This is a free station. No one faction holds control, so it's quite the circus. Just watch your step out there. Seraphin pauses and stares down. Look, sleeper. He rubs aside. I'm not sure I can work right now. I just got kicked out of a salvage yard for passing out on the job. He looks away. Even with the pain meds I've been able to scare up. I can fly, that's for sure. He stares obstinately at the rig. But you're gonna need some crew if you want to do any serious work. He chews his lip. I'm sorry. Don't be. Seraphin nods. Thanks, sleeper. He turns away. I'm gonna go take a rest in the rig. I'm wiped. You look out at the rig as he leaves. The warmth and softness of your waking moments now feeling like a distant memory. Is this what you wanted? Freedom? A chance to work for yourself, not Lane? Well, here it is. With all the problems and complications you could imagine. And at what cost? Could Lane have wiped out Hexport just to try to end you? You shiver at the thought. But if not Lane, then who? Theories cloud your mind. Oh, we could dwell on them or push them away. Oh, well, let's dwell on them. Could it? Both of those sound like very bad mental states. I don't know. Well, let's try dwelling. Could it have been Conway? A drone or mine drifting starward? Senate stat, perhaps? With some plan to weaken the belt? Or a belt faction attempting to flip the board by intent or mistake? The belt had considered itself safe from the war brewing in the inner system, but now Hexport's loss will be felt all across the Starward belt. But what does that mean to you? Your needs are much more immediately apparent. Those must come first. You take a breath. Time to make a plan. Tutorial! A glitched dice looks like this. I've got 2 of those. The glitch clock tracks your level of glitch and indicates if you have the chance of rolling a glitched die. If you've gained some glitch has a penalty you gain from repairing dice and from Lane's attempts to hack your system. Okay, so we can repair dice. Your current level of glitch is represented by the glitch clock. You can have a maximum of 6 glitch. Each level of glitch you'll gain increases your chance of rolling a glitch dice at the start of your cycle. Each time you roll a glitch dice, you will clear 1 level of glitch. Oh, so we apparently had 3 glitch. Oh my. A glitch dice has an 80% chance of a negative outcome when used and a 20% chance of a positive outcome. Oh, so it's always just a 2, huh? You find Junie in the airlock, her small collection of things crammed in her bag. I was coming to see you, I promise. She looks nervous. I was waiting for you to wake up, but Seraphin said you were okay, so... You're going? She looks away. I am. Well, you were out, she pauses. The concern for you obvious. I was digging into the data I pulled from that core. The Solnheim one. There's a lot of stuff in there, but it's impossible to read. Either I'm decrypting it wrong or I don't have the right cipher. Whatever it is, I think it means the data's important. She takes a breath. Or at least it was to Solnheim. I need to find someone to help me pick away at it, to crack it open. She looks down. That's why I'm going. I can take you there. No, look. She takes a sharp breath. After what happened with the rig, Bliss saving us, we're all lucky to be alive. She shifts her bag on her shoulder. I think I'm better off alone for now. Oh, she suddenly reaches into her bag, producing a handful of chits. Some of the data I sold, just so I could buy myself a ticket to where I need to go. It's not much, but here's your share. She passes you the chits. Thank you. She smiles. You deserve more. She catches herself. I mean, I'm sorry. Good luck, Sleeper. And tell Seraphine goodbye for me. What are you chasing? Oh, I want to pry. Yeah, what are you chasing? She freezes, caught off guard by her question. She pauses. I know there's value. True value in that data, Sleeper. I know it. And She pauses again, unsure of herself. I have a project to continue, one I won't abandon. Maybe I can tell you about it another time. She smiles weakly, closing up again. Well, she rubs the back of her neck. See you around. You watch her drift away down the docking tunnel and into the far spindle, with questions still bouncing around your head. Maybe if your paths cross again, you might be able to get some of them answered. Okay. Oh, we got a nice big station to explore. Oh, look, there's a thing. Is this exploding? Pinnacle docks. Study the manifest. With so much freight flying around, it seems safer to cozy up at the terminal. Study the manifest to learn this place. Looking around the Pinnacle docks without getting someone's way is hard. Okay. And then there's the Spindle Core, bustling spacer commons. Chat with the crews or explore the core. Neither of those I'm particularly good at. I've got glitched dice. Yay. All right. Bliss's Bay. Repairing the rig. The rig is almost... Okay, so that's just a straight up timer. Oh, and what's this timer? A brief respite. Hexport's demise has put a barrier between Darkside and the far spindle. Lane can't follow. So for now, you're safe. All right, so it looks like odd jobs is what we need because we can't get any more of these. And then the underhang. Help the residents. Oh, that sounds good. Couldn't afford to rent further up, so they're here to build their own units. They're always in need of repair work. Oh, that sounds like what we need to do then. We might come up here and do some of these later, but for right now, yeah, let's drop this down here. Okay, so that's the neutral outcome. That's the positive. Oh, we get energy. Oh, cool. Oh, okay. So maybe we come up here and use some of these dice up here where they're... Yes, explore the core. Spindle cruise. What happens here? Oh, yes, this is very good. Let's give this a go. See what happens. Oh, we lost an energy, but we did get Spindle Cruise. Okay, so not terrible. That was the negative outcome. Which means now we can come back down here. Oh, wait. We've unlocked some stuff. Gaia's Gyre. Kelp cakes. Order a rack. Rack is a seaweed-based liquor with a powerful saline taste. Ugh. Nasty. Getting racked? The freelancers of the Far Spindle seem cagey, but spend enough time at the local bar and they'll warm up to you. Okay. Sounds like a terrible use of time. Cool. Serves as those that can't work in the underhang, but able-bodied visitors like you have work kitchen shift to get to eat. Okay. So if we go here... Okay. Oh, so yeah, they're glitched, so it doesn't actually matter what we do with them. Oh, well, we've almost got that. And we did get a new thing. Whatever happens, happens. Got a positive outcome with the glitch die. We just got another Steam achievement. And the Spindle's Edge improvised residential block. Oh. Sealing shift. Most of the Far Spindle workers don't like going out to seal the new units, so they leave that tiring, dangerous work for outsiders. And I'm terrible at this particular use case. Okay, cool. Cool. We are at a new location. We have bon voyaged a friend and told them we will meet them later. We've got lots of cryo. We are stocked up on cargo. It's time for another day. We've got a little bit of a respite, and we will do that next time. Thank you all for joining me. I hope you come back as we play some more here on the BackLog.